Welcome back to Tunes and Tunes. This is a special episode because we're getting Uncle Brad a new car.
But not just any car.
That's right, we're getting Uncle Brad a Mitsubishi Galant VR-4. But before we get into the details, we need to give some backstory. It all started when I got my first DSM in 2009. It was a 1999 Eclipse GST. I knew nothing about cars, and like many DSMers today, I was forced to become a mechanic because of the amount of times the car broke down.
Well, I helped out with the repairs and ended up enjoying working on these cars and driving them. The only problem was I didn't really fit into a DSM comfortably. So the obvious choice was an early 90s Galant VR-4.
Fast forward 11 years, and Uncle Brad has a new house with a big shop, and he's finally ready to build his first car.
So the search began. The market for VR4s goes through phases, and I wanted a project. At the time we didn't know it, but it was a great time to get a VR4, and we found this one on Facebook Marketplace in North Carolina.
The guy was asking $1,500 for it. A black 91 with lots of miles and a few parts missing, but it had a low mile JDM engine with lots of goodies. So it was a great starting point for a project. The guy also said it had some rocker rust, but from the pictures he sent, it didn't look unfixable.
So we headed down to North Carolina to pick it up.
There, I took a look under the car and found this. The owner admitted that he didn't actually look under the car, and it was worse than he thought. We were bummed, but we decided not to get it and to look for a better project. So we headed back up north with an empty trailer. Well, I had a casualty. Tried putting air in it, but it didn't hold. It's vented to keep the heat down.
On the way back, we put out a feeler post to some VR4 Facebook groups. Something that's awesome about the VR4 groups are that most people who still own and work on these cars care about these cars a lot. So the community is very active and strong, and we have yet to talk to a VR4 owner who's not awesome.
Yeah. So within an hour, I had 3 messages with VR4 shells in project that all looked great. One in particular stood out though because it was very clean, close by, and was green, which was the color that Uncle Brad really wanted.
It was number 795 of 1,000 in 1992, and it was owned by Adam Smith, who owned it as a shell for a few years and never ended up building it since he had plenty of other project cars at the time.
Alright man, so I'm sorry. I have like no light in my garage.
The car had some bonus memes on it already, like white line sway bars, JDM rear bumper, and a bigger Walbro 255 fuel pump. Oh, and some sweet wheels.
So 2 days later, we went to Northern Ohio to pick up the shell and got it home no problem. So now we had the shell, and we just needed to source everything to go into the shell.
So we contacted the guy who had the rusty North Carolina shell and made him an offer to come get anything we wanted off the car that we could fit in our van. He accepted, so the following weekend from the first trip down there, we went back and got everything. All right, we've got the engine, and extras. Some good stuff. All right.
Engine, trans, axles, ECU with DSM link, interior, harnesses, list goes on and on. Between the shell and the guts and all the travel, we were under $3,500 in total costs, which is not possible in these times.
No, it's not.
And that's how we ended up with the Galant VR-4 that we're naming Victor Romero IV, or Vic for short.
In this series, you'll see us jam on this car to get it ready in 6 weeks to take it to the 2022 DSM shootout. Make sure you subscribe so you don't miss this build. It's gonna be a good one.
Yeah.